Welcome to Crafty Beach Adventures. This is Julie, and today I'm going to take you along with me as we plan our Mediterranean cruise on Holland America. I received a free-ish cruise. I was really surprised to get this email here from Holland America. I have cruised on their line one time, but I received this marketing email, and I was really surprised to find that they were giving me a free cruise. And it is a free inside stateroom for two people. And then I started looking at the cruises that were available. There were some really great cruises here all over the world. I was immediately interested. One thing though, I saw that they had dates listed in the email, and I thought I was kind of limited by those dates. And unfortunately, the dates weren't going to work for me because I was really interested in Europe in this one. But then I found when I clicked the Book Now button, I was given even more choices. And this is the cruise that I chose, the 7-day Mediterranean Marvels of Pompeii. We're going to be on the ship Oosterdam, and we're going to be going from Athens, Greece to Rome, Italy. So excited for this cruise. My sister has never traveled to Europe, and I have, but I am really excited to go back, and I'm going to be going to places I've never been before, like Greece. So we're going to embark from Athens, Greece. We're going to go to Kotor, Montenegro, Corfu, Greece, Messina, and Sicily, Italy. 2 days in Naples, Italy, and then we're going to disembark in Rome, Italy. This was my total cost to book for both my sister and I. The cruise fare was complimentary. We did each have to put a $100 deposit down, but we get that back as onboard credit. And port fees and taxes were $145 per person, so a total booking cost of $490 to book this cruise. Now, when I'm looking at the itinerary, we are leaving from Athens, but we are returning to Rome. So it is going to make flights a little bit more challenging. So when I went to Expedia to price for flights, I did the multi-city option where I'm going to be leaving from Orlando, Florida personally and going to Athens, Greece, and then coming back from Rome, Italy to Orlando, Florida. And this was the cheapest option. It's definitely not cheap at all. We are going the busiest time of year to go to Europe, and it was with Air Canada. For myself, this was the prices. I did pay extra for seats. We do have a layover both ways, so I had to buy seats 4 times. The reason I wanted to spend the extra money for seats was I wanted to sit with my sister on the very long flight, and I needed aisle seats so that I would be able to get up and walk around on the long flights. I also chose the flight protection plan, which was extra, but for such an expensive flight, I thought it might be worth it for a little bit more insurance. So, day one is our flight travel day. I'm going to be flying from Orlando, Florida. My layover is in Montreal, Canada, where I'm going to meet up with my sister, and then we are going to fly all the way to Athens, Greece. It seems a little out of the way to go to Canada on the way to and from Europe from Florida, but unfortunately, there were no other direct options. I'm used to living places that you could fly direct to Europe, but this time we did have to fly to Montreal first. That flight will be 3.5 hours. I'm going to meet up with my sister here in Montreal, and then we're going to fly 9 hours all the way over to Athens, Greece, where we are going to get started. I am going to fly in a day early, and it takes a whole day to get there. So by day two, we will be arriving at the Athens airport. Our plan is to explore the Plaka Monastiraki area, and also we have to visit the Acropolis, and then we're going to stay one night at a Central Athens hotel. So once we arrive here in Athens at the airport, we are going to follow the signs for the train or metro. I was looking at options for how to get to the hotel, and I found that the metro was easy and inexpensive. We want to take the metro line 1 to Keramikos station. It is €9 per person. This is the hotel I booked, the NLH Keramikos, and I got this hotel on Expedia. I am an Expedia Gold level, so I was able to save money, and then I was able to use my Expedia One Key Cash, where I almost got this hotel for free. It is a rewards credit card through Expedia that I really like to use for travel rewards. So we're going to head to the hotel first. They have luggage storage, so we can check our luggage while we go out and explore Athens. The places we wanted to explore was the Plaka and Monastiriki areas, right around where our hotel is. And our hotel is so centrally located that we're going to be able to walk to the Acropolis. So that was definitely our must see item. We're only staying one night in Athens, but we definitely need to see that. Hopefully, our jet lag will not be too bad. In the evening, we plan to go to Acropolis. I went ahead and booked tickets in advance. They are a timed entry and they were 30 euros per person. And I used their official website, and you buy the Acropolis and slopes tickets. With this vacation, we are going to be deep in history right away. Really excited to visit this area. I've never been to Greece before, and I hear this is definitely something we cannot miss. Now, for day 3, that's going to be our embarkation day. We are going to take a taxi from our hotel to the Piraeus cruise port. That is where we're cruising out on Holland America, and our sail away is at 5 p.m. The estimated taxi fare is about 20 to 30 euros for both of us, but I think this is going to be an easy way for us to get to the port without having to fight any public transportation. We're really excited to be sailing away on Holland America Line. Holland America is owned by Carnival. It is a nice ship. I really enjoy sailing with them. Now, these are the extras that I bought for the cruise ship. I bought the multi device stream internet for $285.99, unlimited laundry, which was really important, so we didn't have to pay for any luggage on our flights. We can use the laundry package for $70. Crew appreciation gratuities are $18 per person per day, and we are going to be on there for 7 days. You can always remove that automatic tip and tip in cash if you would like on this cruise line. We do have that onboard credit from the deposit of $200, and I also got a $200 credit for opening a credit card and using it to buy actually one of those items. So for both of us, our extras total is only $207.99. So now it's time to cruise away from Athens, Greece, and begin this Mediterranean cruise experience. Day 4 is going to be at sea, so we have the entire day to explore the ship, relax, and recover from any jet lag that we might have from that long flight, and enjoy the sea views. I love cruising. It's one of my favorite ways to vacation. You get all your travel, your lodging, your food, everything included, and I'm really excited about this trip. To give you a little preview of the ship, this is the Holland America Oosterdam ship. They have 2 pools. One of them does have a retractable glass roof, so we can definitely enjoy some swimming while we are on our day at sea. They also have other things like the fitness and sports areas, where I will definitely have to try to keep in shape on this day, but the rest of the trip, I'm sure I'm going to get plenty of exercise leaving the boat. But really great facilities for that. Of course, they have really great entertainment in their theater. It's one of the things I really enjoy about this cruise line. Some of my favorite things are the port talks, and of course, the slots and the casino is always a great time, especially if you win, right? Dining is great. The main dining room and the buffet are included. They also have a great burger joint called Dive In. They also have a deli and pizza and 24-hour room service. I always try to eat at the main dining room for supper, but I will eat breakfast and stuff like that in the other areas if I don't get room service. They also have many bars and lounges with tons of entertainment on the ship, indoors or outdoors. If you haven't been on a cruise before, it is seriously like a little city. There is shopping on board where you can buy souvenirs, things you might have forgot. And they also have really high-end shopping on cruise ships as well, if you like that luxury shopping experience. Now, they also have library and quiet spaces. I love the library aspect. You can check out a book while you're on the boat to read on vacation. And there's also like places where you can play cards or games and stuff like that. So I think we will have a great time exploring this ship. Day 5, we're going to be in Kotor, Montenegro. We're going to have scenic cruising into the Bay of Kotor. I'm told it's really beautiful and that we should wake up early to enjoy the cruise in. We are going to tender, I believe, since we are the larger ship at this place. I booked an independent boat excursion. And then we also have scenic cruising out of the Bay of Kotor after our stay here. So once we tender in, we plan to just explore Old Town. I hear that it is really beautiful. And then these are the tickets I booked. I booked these on Expedia and I was able to use my one key cash on these as well. So it was only $53.16. For two adults, we are going to the Blue Cave, a submarine base, and Lady of the Rocks, which is a church on an island. Now, there is a little bit extra admission if you want to go inside the church. It's €5 in cash per person when you arrive. So we're going to stop there. We're also going to go to the Blue Cave where we can actually go swimming or snorkeling from the boat. So I think that will be really enjoyable in the July heat. We're going to be going by a prison and we're also touring an old submarine base. So I think this is going to be a really fun boat ride. And when we get back from that excursion, we can still explore Old Town here until we need to get back on the ship to travel to our next port. The next day is day 6. We're going to be in Corfu, Greece, which is a Greek island. Our plan is to explore Old Town, visit the old fortress area, maybe enjoy some gelato, which they're famous for, and some shopping. And then we can swim when we get hot at the end of the day at Folly Rocky Beach, which is these like little platforms that you can go out into the rocky sea and swim. So, kind of a free day. If we want to not walk to Old Town, we can take the city bus. It's only €2 per person each way, or we can walk to Old Town. It looks like just a magical Greek island. I can't wait to explore all this area has to offer. It looks really beautiful, and I think it's going to be a relaxed day. They're also known for their cats, so I'm kind of prepared that there might be cats everywhere on this island. And this is like the fortress area there in Corfu, where the views are supposed to be unbelievable. It looks really cool, and I'm really excited to explore this day with our cruise stop here. And again, we didn't book any excursions here at all. And then at the end of the day, we can cool off here at Folly Rocky Beach. Now, for day 7, we are going to be arriving in Messina, Sicily, Italy. This is the only place that I did book a Holland America excursion because I was not able to DIY it on my own due to a lack of time. We arrived kind of late at this place and it was just not going to work. So I booked the Taormino Greco-Roman Theater excursion. And then also we'll be cruising the Strait of Messina after we leave this port day, and we'll be able to see the Stromboli volcano. So again, we are arriving in Messina. This is the island of Sicily, Italy. So since we booked an excursion here, we will be picked up by a bus and we will head to Taormina. We get to explore their Greco-Roman theater. It looks amazing. It's so historical, and they actually still use it for concerts, which just sounds absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to go there. The tickets are included in the excursion. I tried to DIY this trip with trains, buying time tickets there. When I did all that, we were only going to have an hour in the town. That was just not going to be enough to be able to do the theater and the town. So I definitely had to do the excursion, and we will just be on a bus group tour for this one. Once we get back on the ship, we are going to actually be cruising the Strait of Messina, which goes between Sicily and Italy. So I'm sure that's going to be beautiful to see. And then we get to go see the Stromboli volcano. This is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth, and it erupts every 20 to 30 minutes. So we should definitely be able to see that. Now, day 8 is our first day in Naples, Italy, and we're going to do a DIY Capri day. We're going to visit Capri, Italy. We're going to take the hydrofoil ferry to Capri, visit Capri town, go to Anna Capri, do the chairlift, everything, and it sounds so fun. Capri is an island, so the only way to get there is by boat or ferry. So we booked a ferry from the Naples cruise port where we're going to be at, and it was the hydrofoil. It was €60 round trip per person, and I did book this in advance to make sure that we have transportation to get to Capri. Once we get there, we can buy a Capri Day Pass, which is €8 per person. It includes the funicular, which is this train that you take to get from the marina to Capri Town. It also includes the public buses that we can use to get around on the island. Another place I want to visit on Capri is the Gardens of Augustus. It's about €3 per person to be able to get in there. Definitely want to explore that. This island just looks so magical. We want to explore Capri Town. We also want to explore Anna Capri. We can take the bus to get from one area to the other, or we can take taxis. I hear that they're famous for their convertible taxis, but they can be a little pricey, so depending on the line for the bus. Once we get to the top of the island, we're going to take the famous Monte Solero chairlift, which is €14 round trip per person. It does look intimidating, but it looks really fun as well. I think the views are going to be fantastic. Now we are in Naples for 2 days, so we're going to come back to our ship and stay. The next day, we are going to do Pompeii from Naples. We're going to take the train from Naples to Pompeii, visit the archaeological park all day, and we're going to do one of the free audio tours to do it on our own. I've been really impressed that almost all the European places that we're going do have free audio tours. So I did go ahead and book the tickets for the train. It is the Campania Express round trip from Naples to Pompeii. It was €25 per person round trip, and I chose this train because it does have air conditioning, and we are going in July. It's going to be very hot. I also went ahead and booked tickets to go to Pompeii. It was €20 per person. It is a timed entry, so you kind of need to know about what time you're going to be in the area. I cannot wait to explore this ancient city that was buried under ash. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, day 10 is going to be the day that we disembark the ship in Rome, Italy. We actually come into Civitavecchia port. We are going to go to Rome and stay there for 2 nights at the Ria Silvia Luxury Navona. We want to visit the Colosseum today, Roman Forum, Palatine Hill, and the Trevi Fountain. Our ship arrives very early in the morning, so we should be able to have a full day for activities, but we need to get to Rome. I went ahead and booked tickets for transportation. I used Cab Roma. I did a shared shuttle from the port to Rome, and it was €58 per person. This seemed like the easiest way to get there and the least expensive. It's going to be 60 to 80 minutes for the transfer to get to Rome. So it's not very close from the port to the city of Rome. So we are going to take the shuttle to our hotel. This is the hotel I booked on Expedia. It was the Ria Silvia Luxury Navona. It was a little bit pricey. I did get a discount with my Expedia Gold, but I did not use any one-key cash on this. I kind of wish that I would have, but I was being impatient and did not want it to sell out. So that is for 2 nights. The reason it's so expensive, it's right here at the Piazza Navona, one of the places we wanted to visit right in the heart of Rome, where we can walk to everything. So I think that will save us money with taxi fares and stuff like that, because we can walk to the Colosseum, we can walk to the Vatican and things like that. Now, we do want to go to the Colosseum on this day. I went ahead and bought tickets in advance. I did the 24-hour Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Palatine ticket. It was €18 per person, and you'll be able to visit these areas for 24 hours. Now, you definitely have to book these in advance. They come out 30 days before you're going to be there. You have to kind of be there, especially in the busy season, to get tickets as soon as they come out, which is what I did. But again, we're going to do free audio tours. So we are going to be able to kind of be our own tour guide, but we definitely need tickets to be able to explore these historical sites. Another place we want to visit this day is the Trevi Fountain. It looks like there is a €2 entrance fee per person to go down to the fountain. Definitely want to check that out. We also want to go see the Pantheon. Definitely something that we wanted to see here in Rome on this first day. Now, day 11 of our trip, we're still going to be in Rome, Italy. Today is the day we're going to visit Vatican City. We want to go to the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Basilica, and I'm really excited about this trip. I have been there before, but it was on a very quick, short excursion where we also did Rome from our boat. And that was 24 years ago. So I'm really excited to go back to Vatican City. It is its own country right in the middle of Rome here. And we should be able to walk there from our hotel. I went ahead and got tickets for the Vatican Museums and Sistine Chapel. It was 25 euros per person. It is a timed entry. We're going to go first thing in the day, I think. It's going to include all of the Vatican museums and the Sistine Chapel. And then after that, we will visit St. Peter's Basilica. The museum is amazing. All of the art inside just absolutely blows you away. One thing I didn't really remember from my last trip was that there is no photography or filming in the Sistine Chapel itself. So definitely be aware of that. They are very strict on that policy, but it is definitely one of the most amazing things that you can see. After that, we're going to go to the St. Peter's Basilica, a gorgeous church here in Vatican City. No tickets are required for this. I think you just have to go through security, but it's free to get in. Now, day 12 is going to be our last and final day. We will be departing Rome. We're going to take a taxi to the airport in Rome, and we're going to fly Air Canada home. Again, we have a layover in Canada. This time we have a layover in Toronto. So we're going to take the taxi to the airport. It should be 55 euros fixed rate for two people. And hopefully the new EES system is not going to cause too many problems at the Rome airport. The cruise ship did warn us for people that were flying out the same day. Thank you for joining me today on this planning video for my European adventure. I can't wait to bring all these great ports in Europe to you. It's going to be really fun. So stay tuned here to Crafty Beach Adventures to find out how our trip goes.